Alrighty. I don't know if you saw, but the price of a divine is way up. It's like doubled from 2 days ago. Mamma mia, it's 276 exalts now. Good gravy. Well, all the more reason to go farm stuff that sells for divines rather than stuff that holds for exalts, right? Hello, everybody. Ah, thank you for the subscription.
Yeah.
That did come through. All right. Thank you for getting things started. All right. Well, no point in standing on business. Let's just start blasting some maps, right?
Yeah.
It is a time of the day, and all times are blasting time. Plus, we got some beautiful towers over here. Beautiful towers. You got a trifecta right here. Might as well hit them all up. Kind of overlapping some citadels too, so looking pretty good.
Hello there.
What's up, Rog? This section of this map's kind of dead. Very tiny, tiny expedition. Like the smallest expedition you've ever seen.
You sure about that placement?
Can't be evaded's a bummer. I don't want that. And I don't want physical immune.
Nature, forgive me for this. Suffocate!
All right. That was pretty easy, actually.
Where's your savior now?
Alright, I normally don't love the boss of this map, but on a poison character, it's probably not too bad. Just kind of boring, ultimately. I do wish I had some sort of gap clearing skill. It's kind of weird that bow characters don't have any mobility skills at all. Don't you think?
Yeah. Also, I was thinking probably should have titled the stream a little different. But I tweeted, or not tweeted. I posted some
No.
news that. No, not that.
No,
I posted
not that.
Some news that you qualified for a Twitch affiliate on this account. So we're having a little celebratory stream.
Oh, that's a good point. That definitely should have been the title of the stream, at least on Twitch. I mean,
Well,
I suppose
we
it's
can
still
change it.
changeable. Yeah,
It's not permanent.
inaugural.
It's not written in stone.
No, thankfully. Inaugurable? That's what I said. That's not a word, but it is the first serious word-ish thing that came out of my mouth. What's going on? Is this map, like, insanely tanky? It is. It's pretty tanky. Okay. 61% more life. Alright. I noticed everything wasn't instantly turning to dust the moment I looked at it, and I was like, that seems wrong. It dies pretty quick, though. Motorcycle just flew by.
Well,
It's
nobody here.
10:30. That's time to get buzzed by a motorcycle.
Suffocate!
Okay, I've updated YouTube.
Thank you. Oh, alright, sick.
That's quite nice.
What's up, Healy? I have changed mice within the last day because my old mouse's middle mouse button started triple clicking, and so my right hand feels incredibly stupid and, like, confused. I'm still getting used to it. As you can see, I'm just, like, double rolling and stuff. It's very weird. I'll get there. Hi, sunset.
It's been so long since I've seen you.
That's right. Mere minutes. I just thought about how awful this map boss is gonna be with it having 61% health, and more health rather, and also maybe me getting enfeebled along the way if I'm not paying attention, or not, like, whatever, really playing skillful. This thing's gonna feel like a pinnacle boss. Ugh.
That coffee is like gonna be my new kryptonite, I think. That's like,
Yeah?
that is so good. So good.
Yeah. I introduced Sunset some time ago to the... I don't know, I was gonna say evil? That's not the right word.
No, you
The
didn't
unadulterated
introduce me.
goodness of Cafe Bustelo? No?
No, you didn't.
We-
No, it
We
was
independently...
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it was my narrative literature teacher that introduced me to Cafe Bustelo.
Well, I definitely didn't know you when you were a person who had teachers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Professor. But yeah.
either way.
They have doctorates. Let's be kind. They're in
Doctor,
debt and paying it off,
professor.
so let's be kind.
Yeah. Sushi's
Yeah.
good. Everybody likes sushi, except for a specific type of old white dad. I have one of those, so I know what I'm talking about. It's very performative, the particular type of old white dad dislike of sushi, because it's like if I said to my old white dad, "Hey, old white dad, would you like to have some fish?" He would be like, "Absolutely." He would be thrilled to, like, have some grilled fish or something. But ungrilled fish, he's gonna be like, "I don't know, I guess.
It seems suspicious.
I don't know, I guess you could call it food." Like, yeah. The sovereign nation of Japan certainly calls it food. Did I get everything? I think I did. My whole panel done. Alright. I don't really want to reroll pages. What does it cost? $5.60? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it, and I bet I can defer most everything. We're gonna skip over that alchemy orb. I don't know how that got in there in the first place. I think I missed something.
Magic.
That's right.
Obviously, it's a game.
A magical game.
Where's the lighting coming from? Same place as the music.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I skipped a couple. That's fine though. Whatever. Does this pack size? I don't even think pack size is great. Either way, I don't have the tribute to do it. So, hold on. There we go. All these tiny little bits of splinters, you really don't need to defer. You really don't. Alright, let's go kill this enormous health boss. Ugh.
No mana.
Honestly, not too bad. That was way less terrible than I feared it was gonna be. Alright, cool. I thought that was gonna be a mess. That was real easy.
So this.
That's not, like, terrible, but it's not good. I don't know what this is actually worth. It's armor, yes, so that's not great, right? Wow. 1 exalt, you say? Okay, now we're talking. Let's waste a preserved rib on it. Maybe we get, like, a double rarity base, and now we're talking. Sell that for a teeny tiny bit, maybe? Yeah, okay, whatever. This is junk. This won't sell. I'm willing to throw away an exalt or 2 on a very low stakes gamble. I mean, that's the best kind of gamble, ultimately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good price for that? I have no idea.
Oh, whoopsie. Throwing away some stuff I didn't mean, or not throwing it away, but stashing some stuff I didn't really mean to.
Totally unrelated, but I just realized that Mischief and Magic is back in Overwatch, and I'm excited about that because I like pretending to be a flower pot.
You know what? That was
Prop
like, that was the last time. Yeah, Prop Hunt was like the last time I played Overwatch, and it was actually pretty tight, I have to say. It's pretty fun.
Honestly, I love when things are so super obvious, but because it's normally, you know, like the little props change from map to map, but there's some that are always permanent. And I love when people like walk by a giant shark hanging from a wall and they're like,
I'll
"Oh,
do
Yeah.
nothing to see
pounds
here."
of
It's
salad
like,
for you.
Yeah, yeah,
alright.
yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
Where you see a tree making a run for it.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's unfortunate to not even have cooked fish. That's a real bummer.
I'm not a fish eater, really.
Unless it's a little bit of sushi, you know?
Those are crustaceans.
Yeah, that's fair. I like 'em. I like it all. I like almost all foods, which I didn't think I'd ever say, because I thought for sure I'd be a lifelong olive hater, but here I am, thinking olives are straight up alright. They're not good. No, some of them are actually really good. I don't even know what food I could point to and be like, I don't like that. I definitely dislike that.
Quick and lethal.
Maybe like whole raw onion.
Burst.
That's a bad food. That's an
Balut?
ingredient. Balut, yeah. That's not a food. That's a prank. That, I want to say the Filipinos have pulled on the rest of the world. The Filipino food, right?
See, Lerald was a big olive hater, but because of the many charcuteries at the studio, he has turned into an olive enjoyer.
I really have. And I went whole hog on olives. I've been eating the dried black olives from Morocco, the ones that are like not like stored in liquid, they're like cured. And they're like they don't have the pit removed. That does it for me. Like very much hardcore
It's
olive
very
enjoyer.
weird, and I actually don't like those. I can point to dried olives and say no, bad.
Yeah.
And now Mr. Olive Hater is like, yeah, I like those.
Yep. I've been turned.
We fancy over here at the studio with charcuterie board.
I like blue cheese. And wings.
There will not be any blue cheese on my charcuterie
Yeah.
board, though. I
Yeah.
don't like blue cheese.
I do. I think
I
it's
don't
pretty
like the
good.
funk. I don't really like a lot of
It was like my
call it
favorite when I was a
fermented.
kid.
fermented stuff.
Yeah. Ooh.
Only certain things like tapache and
Oh, tapache's good.
And what other fermented thing do I enjoy?
Kombucha.
Oh, kombucha. Oh, what about the wild the beer, the one with the wild yeast?
Yeah, I can't remember what the particular beer that you like is called, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Beer
For
though,
some reason, the only
yeah.
thing coming to mind is Duchess de Bourguignon, but that's not.
Which is
that's not
great,
it.
but that's not the one that's
No,
your
it's not it.
jam. Just like gooses, whatever, sour beers. Those are pretty
What is
nice.
that called?
Yeah.
Oh, it's bugging me. I gotta figure it out now.
Well, you will.
I know they
I
make
believe in it.
raspberry.
Yeah. I want that og. I don't want to get killed by a bunch of cold circles, but I do want that og. There we go. Ooh, exploding. Nice.
Burst!
The amount of life that monsters get when a more monster life mod rolls on a map is like pretty outrageous. It feels very overtuned. There's a lot of mods on maps that definitely are like the absolute first draft.
Easy prey.
Yeah.
I want to find this, but I opened the Total Wine page so I could start looking at things that were raspberry.
Yeah.
And because I figured, well, that's got to help narrow it down, right? I mean, right?
Yeah.
But there was like 7 different pop-ups that
Oh.
it required me to close.
I
and was like,
love the current state of the internet.
Alright.
Yeah. It's like it's all hostile infrastructure, you know? The internet is a park bench with a bunch of screws all over it or
I
something.
found it. It's Lindemann.
Lindemans.
Yeah, framboise.
Yeah. I like that.
Or framboise, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fruit. Oh, lambics. That's what they're called.
Lambics, sour fruit beers.
Yeah. Lambic. And those are all brewed with the wild yeast. They have strawberry, raspberry. I think they had cherry and apple. They had a lot
Yeah.
of really interesting.
Yeah, they had a lot of different, the whole range of fruit flavors, probably. I remember digging them.
Yeah.
Haven't had any of
Raspberry is like-
those.
Too slow.
Oh, they have a variety pack that they're selling now.
Nice. I haven't had any of those fancy Belgian beers in quite some time.
Okay, so this one, yeah, it has all of them. It has raspberry, peach,
Okay.
apple, and raspberry, peach, apple, and cherry.
Nah. I gotta figure out a better place to put my microphone other than right in front of my mini-map. Not during the stream, though. I'll figure it out later. I keep running into hallways like I'm a mole man with no eyes. I got 4.
They confused me. Whoever wrote this description wrote apple twice. They wrote it has framboise, pêche, apple, and pomme. Apple and pomme are the same thing.
Huh.
They
Alright.
didn't include creek, which is cherry.
Freak, which is cherry, yeah. That's the best one, I think.
No, the raspberry.
Okay. I mean, that's not a hard sell.
Where's the savior?
All right, I had something I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about on stream, just to hypothesize about on stream. From a couple of days ago. I won't say where I was. I was out in public. I was getting my eyes sewn shut, and I'm sitting in a quiet room,
Right?
and a guy was just chewing his gum as loudly as humanly possible, like
Oh, yeah.
right into my ear. And I'm obviously not gonna be like, hey, you need to stop chewing your gum. Like, that would be insane. But on the other hand, like, people were looking at him, not just me. And it was like, this is like, basically it sparked the question in my mind. What is the most inconsiderate thing you can do in public and still, like, nobody will say anything to you, but it is out of line.
Deeply inconsiderate.
Yeah. Where you are
so this
smacking your gum
person-
very loudly, mouth open, and not like a 5-year-old, like a 55 or 60-year-old man.
The the level of smacking of the gum was so loud that it could be heard over earplugs. In fact, I'm gonna go check what the decibel level is on those earplugs. I'm curious, so that I can talk about how inappropriate it was.
It was an impressive feat. I will say that.
It was impressive.
Gotta give it up. But it was like, is this man aware of how loud he's smacking?
Probably
not.
not.
Probably not. I think it's
Probably
safe
no
to
hearing
assume.
at this point.
Yeah, that actually is a possibility, that he was actually much older than he looked. He was in the like 300 or 400 years old range, and he just looked like he was 50. And then that would perfectly explain why he was just totally noise deaf, if you will.
Okay, so a normal conversation is typically between 50 and 70 decibels.
Yeah.
You know, an average of 60 decibels.
Yeah.
I was wearing earplugs that dampen about 25 to 30 decibels of noise. They're not meant to make you hear nothing. They're just meant
sure
to
someone will
dampen
want that.
noise at like a concert or, you know, around machinery or something. Like, obviously not heavy machinery, but like lawnmower. And I could hear this over the earplugs, which means that he was chewing gum louder than 30-ish decibels. So almost as loud as about half as loud as someone talking, but
Like at
pretty
full
loud.
volume, like us talking now. He was chewing gum at like pretty decently close to me kind of trailing off the end of my sentence.
Just really strange. I mean, I
And
think
just
it's
going
just,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah?
You know what? It's Florida, so it's typical Florida man behavior. It's not really that surprising.
It's not even that scary of Florida man behavior. He wasn't killing anyone or
No, it
doing
isn't.
any drugs as far as we could
Yeah,
tell.
he wasn't trying to eat anybody's face or anything crazy, and he wasn't
Yeah.
wrestling an alligator, so pretty mild on the Florida scale.
True. He definitely wasn't going alligator mode.
Oh, he wasn't dancing with an alligator. That's right. He
True.
wasn't dancing with an alligator. Or trying to eat someone's face. So very, very mild on the Florida
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think the only other thing that would maybe be like as rude to do in public is like farting.
Yeah.
It's pretty brazen. I would say you might have support gems filtered out. I definitely found them to be like less common in the campaign, like in the, you know, first character, but then after that I found that I was actually filtering out support gems and like lower level skill gems, and that's why I was having trouble finding them. So you might check your loot filter. It could happen to you. It could happen to anyone.
Just try to drop it here. I mean, or you can DM me. I don't care.
An easy trophy.
Whatever's easiest. It may filter you and then tell me, you've been bad. Do you want to let this through?
Yeah.
I forgot I was D&D on Discord. I was doing some intense work earlier that required
true.
a lot of concentration. I'm actually
Had
not
to
being
lock in.
like facetious. It literally did require a lot of concentrating, so.
She was locked in. She was focused. I was out. I was just like quietly minding my own business, trying not to distract.
Yeah, if both of us are at the studio and we're doing something really intense, like one person's doing something really intense, like the other person tries to sneak around like a mouse.
That's alright.
A very quiet mouse.
Yeah, not one of those loud, rampaging mice that's knocking walls over and slamming into stuff and flipping desks like mice often do.
Prepare yourself.
Be confident there are some loud mice out there.
Probably. And then they alert the studious cat, and then they get gobbled up. Cats go literal beast mode on mice.
Barely broke a sweat. Burst.
Alright, 2 remaining rituals, cool. Where is this guy? He's all the way up here in this alcove. Yuck.
Hiding.
Yeah,
He's hiding.
yuck.
He knows what's coming.
Oh, God.
He's heard about what's coming
Whew.
from the other monsters in the map.
No kidding. I almost got cooked there. Between that flaming ground and those big fat guys jumping on my head. That was bad. Alright, where the hell is that boss? Northwest? Cool. Alright, let's defer some stuff. This is a terrible map in terms of tribute. Terrible, 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 terrible. I don't really want to re-roll, unfortunately. I think I'll just buy some garbage. Yeah. Probably shouldn't defer these tiny little stacks of ritual splinters, really. But I want to. So, I'm doing it.
Easy trophy.
Alright, well that boss got clapped pretty quick. Got absolutely gatted. Nice. Hopefully one of those 2 bases winds up being a little something something. Huh. That's not worth anything.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for
Your
tuning in.
username is the concerning.
Quickly.
Yes.
I will make
Yes,
them
it
see.
is. Oh, that's junk. Oh, well. So I guess PSA, be sure to pick up and disenchant uniques if you got like a little extra bag space at the end of your maps, because what are chance orbs going for? I think a fair bit. Like, you'd stop and pick up an exalt, wouldn't you? Well, chance shards are worth like 2 exalts now, so there you go. I guess it's worth it.
I'll post it right away.
Pork and beans and fish. I mean, I guess technically those could all be types of dumplings, because you could have a red bean dumpling.
Yes, you could.
You could have a pork dumpling. You could have a fish dumpling.
And I like a red bean
I
dumpling.
just don't want them together.
No, not as sort of like a big gumbo.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, no. I'm not cut out for that food, I don't think.
Slop.
No, not slop.
Yeah, because I'll eat me some slop, admittedly.
All right.
It's kind of a bad tablet, actually.
I'm thinking, isn't there some form of jambalaya that's like all the three of those things?
Probably. I'm gonna
I don't know
go
about
ahead and hit you with
fish.
a
I know shrimp
probably.
or crawfish or crayfish, whatever you call them where you're at. But I don't know about
Raw
fish.
fathers.
I don't know about fish.
Craw fathers. Craw
Jambalaya
dads,
is
if
real
you
good.
will.
Jambalaya is real good.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken, andouille sausage,
Yeah.
diced shrimp, celery, and spices.
I am
Those are the
very much
staples.
enjoying PoE too. Almost as much as I enjoy spices and sausage, yes. Yeah, we'll send it on these. I know a lot of people are not big tower enjoyers, and it's not like I'm the hugest fan of towers, but I don't mind them. Like, I have, I think, a different philosophy from a lot of people when it comes to playing video games. Like, if there's stuff that you don't love, you know, you give the feedback, but, like, if you like the game, which I do, ultimately, it's like, they make the game, I just play it. That's kind of where I'm at. When it comes to crying about towers. Or chilled ground. I look at chilled ground as just like, alright, this is justification for playing Pathfinder.
Supper.
And it works, clearly. Working. I kind of like how understated the visuals are. I say that as I'm blasting the screen with green, but compared to all the lightning and fire, it is understated. That was a pretty quick ritual. I wish the, you know, we'll probably get this in 0.4. I wish the, farm system had, like, a little bit more meat to it. You know, again, I'm sure it's something we'll get more, like, expansion on in 0.4. But, like, some of the unique charms are actually, like, kind of interesting. I just want to see, like, a bunch more of them. And I think 3 charms is a limit is too few. Which, unless they've changed their mind, they did say in a, I think I want to say it was like an interview like 5-6 months ago, so midway through Dawn of the Hunt, that they want to expand on that. I think they got a lot of lofty ideas, and some of them they just haven't, you know, haven't gotten around to following through on yet because they're doing so much.
Don't let up. Rathen's flame. It's getting strong. Aye, one less beast for the Rathen to claim.
Okay, that thing just sort of died without me realizing what was happening. I think that is a very fair comparison, yeah. I think Diablo 2 and PoE 2, like, I think there's a lot more... you know, there's a lot of Diablo 2 in PoE 1, that was kind of the point. There's a lot of Diablo 2 and PoE 2 as well. Kind of different components of Diablo 2 winds up being in both games. This game definitely feels more Diablo 2 like to me than PoE 1 does at this point. We'll see how much it is like D2 in 5 years, of course. You know, it all kind of follows that same campaign experience of Diablo 2. I feel like every single ARPG ever made after Diablo 2 has that same approach, though, right? Act 1, blue area, big ruined castle at the end. And then Act 2, desert. Act 3, some kind of sweaty jungle. Then Act 4, I guess, is where PoE 2 kind of deviates. Because Act 4 actually rocks in PoE 2, and Act 4 in D2 is hell, and also like half of an act. D3 definitely followed that same like strategy though. Blue, ruined castle, then desert. I don't remember Act 3 of Diablo 3. We're gonna say that was not a sweaty jungle. It was like another ruined castle. They reran Act 1 again. Yeah. Bastion, that's it. Where, why, where did I miss this one? Okay. I mean, look, you know, this game is definitely, like, challenging in a different way from PoE 1, but, like, you know, having a solid build, kind of getting over the hump of difficulty is, like, a big part of the game. I think it is, like, a game that is more rewarding than PoE 1. But, you know, I think the big criticism that a lot of, like, your high-level blasters like to throw at PoE 2, that I think it's totally justified, is, like, there's not as much to do in in-game as there is in PoE 1. Which, of course, there isn't, right? Like, how could there be? They're not even close to done. Alright, let's start deferring. I think we're not even going to try to... Hold on, what's it to reroll? 280? Oh my god. Okay, I have to, then. Got some things in here that are so cheap that I can't even defer. Eight to defer? Alright, fine. I mean, yeah, I think PoE 1 is still the best game that exists right now, because Diablo is like a dead franchise. I mean, Diablo 3 is actually not dead. Like, Diablo 3 is playable, probably like more of a game than Diablo 4 is, if we're being real. Yeah, I got a yup from the other room. You know, so there's that. And Diablo 3 is fun for like a few days at the start of a season. It's just that, you know, it's the same old game. It has no like staying power or whatever after those first couple days. And then I think PoE 2 is great, but it has whatever in-game issues for a lot of people. I like the gameplay loop as such as it is, but you know, obviously, yeah, it could be more. PoE 1 has none of those issues. You know, it's a completed game. I appreciate that they're still putting out tons of content for it. I hope that the next patch is going to be like as good and as big as the previous one was. I imagine it will be. Don't know why it wouldn't.
If you don't mind the monsters. Suffocate.
Hot damn. That is such a satisfying feeling, just blasting poison arrows. Shooting poison arrows to enemies' hearts, if you will. Nice. Look at that essence up mob go. Alright. Come on now. Hey, there we go. Ooh. Ooh, a crappy base. I imagine that 0.4 is going to be the like big in-game update where they add like tons more in-game content and mapping and stuff, but in typical grinding gear fashion, it's probably not going to be the in-game update. It's going to be the in-game update, and also here's a new class, and here's a new act, and here's a bunch of other stuff, and like another weapon type, and like, you know, a billion other things as they usually do. But they'll probably like market it as like, it's the in-game update. And then it's the in-game update and 50 other things. Which ain't bad. After some other game expansion advertisements, it's kind of nice to be overwhelmed instead of the opposite. So a lot of the content in PoE 2 and PoE 1 is different, but there are some things that are like damn near identical. Like Ritual and Expedition are pretty close to identical in terms of the gameplay loop. The reward structure is very different for both of them. Yeah. But then like Breach plays about the same, I suppose. Abyss is just completely different. I actually like Abyss a lot more in PoE 2. I think it is just a better mechanic. Ow. Alright, this guy is looking messy. Trying to click these chests, not the guy. Okay. Yeah, time to die, little bro. Yeah, I would think that Druid would be in patch 0.4. They talked about wanting to have him in 0.2, and I'm sure they wanted to have him in from the beginning, but like thinking they were going to be in for 0.1 or 0.2, and then being like really close to having him in 0.3, but just not quite to the point where they wanted him to be like, you know, to make him go. So it would be shocking to me if they're not in 0.4. And that is sort of the issue. I see a lot of people criticizing Melee and PoE 2, saying like it's not good, it's not like full-fleshed, and make no mistake, maces are slow as hell. But right now you're missing the Druid melee skills, the Flail melee skills, the Dagger melee skills, the Axe melee skills, and the Sword melee skills. You're missing most of them. Assuming that flail skills are melee, which I don't know what the hell else they would be. It's not like flails are something that you throw and then, you know, it magically returns to your hand. It is weird to think about Templar being like a melee class, though, so I don't know what that's going to look like. Yeah, I understand. That's the thing I've kind of found a lot with PoE 2. It's like it's definitely like multi-button in the campaign, and then once you kind of get online into end game, and even then, not necessarily, just like maybe for your first character or the league. Once you get online in the end game, like you know, you're just doing this, right click, moving around and right clicking. At least that's how it's been for me. Now, oh. Damn it, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, I meant to defer that awesome Rarity Omen instead of just rolling right over it. Whatever, at least I didn't roll over a mirror. And we got ourselves a Sinistral Annulment, so like, you know. Not the worst thing in the world. I will not be refreshing to the next page since I have something very nice that I have saved and not screwed up. I don't want to roll over the next page and not have enough to defer it again. Everybody's favorite boss. Oh my god.
good return on 2 divs.
That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty nice. I think that might be my least favorite boss.
Slowly slow me down.
Alright, let's fill this tower up with some tablets.
Quickly.
Oh, junk.
Useless to me. Take
Junk. Not quite junk, but not good. And, looking like a bit of junk. Alright, nice. Oh yeah, PoE 2 definitely looks... I mean, obviously it's nicer than PoE 1, but it is nicer looking, I think, than Diablo 4, which is, you know,
Go.
that's kind of all Blizzard had, was the looks. Alright, let's see if we can, get anything of value out of the Omen, the Well of Souls out of this pair of gloves. I doubt it, but, you know, maybe. Got a couple of decent resists there. Nope, terrible. Ooh, yikes. Ugh. It doesn't matter. I have not played around with Rapid Shot at all in this league, so I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's great, though. It seems like they kind of trashed it.
Is that a good price for that? I have no idea.
Alright, let's see what this tower is in range of. Before I go slapping tabs in it, it's in range of this Copper Citadel, and also this Iron Citadel, and also this other tower. Alright, cool. Oh, and that's right in range... Nope, just outside of range of a Bronze Citadel, I think? Copper, Iron, Bronze? Yeah. Alrighty. So that's... something. Huh. Corruption up here. This is a pretty nice little valley, actually. 3 citadels all next to each other, 3 towers all next to each other, some corruption around the edges. That's not too bad. I think the move here, then, is probably just to drop triple ritual tabs, just with, like, good bonuses here. And, thank you, Pork and Beans and Fish. That's very kind. Oh, well, thank you, yeah. We appreciate that, you know, we just want to do what we can to, like, what, help people? Like, learn to like and play the games that we enjoy? Have fun, I guess. That's ultimately it. We want people to have a good time. But yeah, it is a group effort. Like, I know I do all the voice stuff on all of our channels. Most of the voice stuff on all of our channels. Sunset's off mic at the moment. But, you know, she does all of the behind-the-scenes stuff. The stuff that people don't see. Facilitating the Discord existing, you know, anything that's, like, business-related that I'm not, like, equipped to handle or don't have time to do or whatever. Like, she's responsible for all of that, all of the, like, behind-the-scenes planning and stuff, too. I mean, ultimately, like, she's the reason that either of the channels exist in the first place. It was her idea to start with, and, you know, yeah, there wouldn't be either of these channels without her having had the idea and done all the legwork to make it actually exist. I don't know if she came through on that, but she also said, yeah, we are a little late to the Path of Exile game, which is okay, you know, we arrived. Yeah, I mean, we have almost 50,000 subscribers between the two channels, which is pretty cool. And, yeah, you know, just ultimately, like, helping people have fun playing video games, right? Like, that's silly or whatever, but... Yep. Yeah. Alright, so Monsters Grant Increased Tribute is good, Chance to Be Omens is good, so we're just gonna slap those in. We got some, what, rare monsters, rarity of items, like, those are all pretty good mods. Obviously, we're not doing Quant on all of these. Quant is better, but I just don't have much Quant in the way of ritual tablets because I used it elsewhere. That's right, she is the backbone of the channel. That is the right way to put it. Of both channels, you know, they wouldn't exist without her having done everything to make that possible. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Welcome. Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing behind the scenes stuff right now, actually. Alright, what do I want to do here? I suppose I want to hit all of these citadels up, and also get to this other third tower, and like really push the ritual juicing in this valley to the maximum. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down here through this Untainted Paradise, I think, and then probably drop like 2 ritual tablets and another irradiated here. So we did 2 ritual and an irradiated here, 3 rituals here, and then 2 and 1 here, and then that'll do us, and then I think I'll start hitting up these citadels after that. I don't remember what this map is, this map layout. Stronghold, good name, no idea what this is. Is this like the graveyard, like the Act 1 graveyard, maybe? Nope. Oh, it's like the Act... what are these? The interlude area that sort of looks like Act 1 graveyard, but not exactly, and it's got some staircases. Alright, cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. You know, I think... I mean, I think that GGG even said they didn't say it in these exact words, but they kind of knew that Dawn of the Hunt wasn't amazing. I think they said it more like, you know, it was a smaller release, and so they expected like a smaller number of people to play and stick with it and stuff, and I will say it was not as good. And Release, you know, I tried to like appreciate Release PoE too for what it was, which is a bone-crushingly difficult game with not a lot to do at the end game. There's definitely way more to do at end game now than there was. Yeah. You know, Sunset saying in the background, yeah, a common complaint about an unfinished video game. True. I mean, ultimately, that is kind of... It's the silliness about complaining about the game that's in early access being incomplete, but on the other hand, it is genuinely a common complaint, and it is even something that Jonathan said a bunch in interviews prior to the 0.1 release. Like, they have to release a game that is playable and has at least some semblance of an end game, because people will be upset if it just feels like a demo. And I remember being upset that Diablo 3 and Diablo 4's quote-unquote betas felt like a demo. So, yeah, correct. you know, it's definitely... Yeah, Diablo 3 was a real demo.
Entire first act and then got rid of that. They tell you that was that you were in town and then you say, okay,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah. I mean, we have truly been spoiled, like, just about no, like, set of gamer... Good grief, my FPS. Yeah, we've been spoiled like no one in history, gaming-wise, with PoE 1. And that, like, the thing is, as much as people rightly get frustrated by things with PoE 1 or PoE 2 or even like World of Warcraft or whatever, like, I've played significantly more evil and predatory games than any of these. I've played Electronic Arts games. I played FIFA for a while, and like that is straight up more evil than like casinos. So, you know, this ain't so bad by comparison. I do wish the performance was a little better, though. Yikes. Oh, that is a good question for Sunset. I will... Oh, thank you for the follow. Or for the subscribe, actually. Thank you.
Question.
I will read the question to Sunset and relay her answer, or you want to answer when you get back to your computer? Alright, she's actually going to come answer. Oh my god, can I give an example of something more evil than casinos? I don't know, human trafficking. Parasitic wasps. What else is more evil? Slavery. There you go. No, that was not the question that was being asked to be answered.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Twitch
I
is
have a
like
lot
that.
of examples.
Well,
Oh, I
thank
see,
you
I
for
see,
the
I see.
thank you for the subscription. Ooh, that's a hot tamale right there.
Anything Bobby could was involved in.
Yeah, actually, that's
Yeah,
a good answer
okay.
because that does actually go back to the first. I won't say it again, but that goes back to the first thing that I said. Yeah.
Suffocate.
That evil man. Good grief. Allegedly, I have to say allegedly. There we go. Now we're safe.
As far as
True.
planning the channels to the execution, I would say WoW at Night I started solo, so I just one day I was just like, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel because I was already working in media and I worked for a national news outlet, and so I was just like, well, I'll just start a YouTube channel. Why not? And I had actually already had one that was like a personal one, and I just wanted one that was centered around WoW because I played WoW most of my time, at that time anyway. And yeah, I just started like doing small things, like clipping small things. You know, before clips was an actual content moniker, I just made like really short videos.
Yeah.
And when I met Larold, we talked about it a little bit, and then we turned it into like a full-blown like tank guide channel, and it was successful. We were able to reach the threshold for like a custom URL because you didn't used to get that until you had like 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then we were able to reach the threshold for advertisements, and then it just sort of took off from there. And although we don't play as WoW as much as we used to, or as seriously as we used to, because we used to have like, we used to be in a very serious guild, and Laryl was tanking for them. And yeah, I was in a serious guild before I met Larold. I actually kind of retired from like top 20 rating before I met Larold. But yeah, I think starting the second channel was so much easier because we knew everything that we needed to do, and we knew how to get the name out, and we wanted to make sure that everything was just labeled the same. But if you're thinking about starting a YouTube or you have questions about it, there's a really great YouTube community on Discord. Like, literally has like YouTube staff in it, and there's a YouTube gaming Discord that also has YouTube staff and people with tons of insights in it. Even if you're a tiny creator, you can still earn pretty good money from advertising. I will say though, just because we don't mind sharing this generally, Path of Exile advertising, companies that are buying ads on Path of Exile videos do not pay as much as they do for Blizzard games. So ads that are sold by YouTube on top of our videos, the ads that you might see, they don't make nearly as much money as ads on a World of Warcraft video. World of Warcraft just has too much, let's call it star power behind it. They've got, you know, brand deals with Mountain Dew and Pepsi and, you know, different peripheral brands and things like that. They're just so much deeper in the gaming scene because Path of Exile is newer than the Blizzard universe. So, you know, that is something difficult to overcome. And I do feel bad when people see like a ton of ads in a video and they're like, "Oh, this video had so many more ads than any video I've ever watched." And it's like, that is just completely random. That is, we do not control that.
Yeah, we really don't.
We're not like, we just don't like this person in particular. We want you to see 7 ads during this video or whatever ridiculous number it is.
Yeah.
We don't have any control over that.
Yeah.
We just turn on monetization for the video and we just let it go and do its thing, and it automatically places ads at times that it thinks are best, and we just go with whatever their suggestion is. And those are all lottery spots. So yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Unlike Twitch, which just sort of does whatever it wants until you're like really, really big.
That's true, yeah.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
we really appreciate
that
it.
you're subbing. We didn't know how well Twitch would do since our entire like history is on YouTube. But you know, Laryl used to stream a really long time ago, and was an affiliate
That is
status back
true.
then, and now he has it again. So we were just like, why not? Since Restream exists, why not do both?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, let me focus on not getting killed here. Oh, all right.
Yep. Oops.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you both for the follow. Ooh.
Yeah, we weren't streaming on Twitch for a really long time, so that's probably why you
Really
didn't know
long
that.
time.
We literally did not touch Twitch for you know, the last several years, I guess.
Yep, that is correct.
We were like not multi-streaming WoW on YouTube and Twitch when we were only making WoW videos, so it's only recently that we were like, yeah, we probably are sleeping on like another stream of advertiser income with Twitch. And I mean, ultimately the goal is to do this full time, like everyone else's goal on the planet that's making content is usually to do it full time.
That's true.
I won't say everyone. I did say everyone, but I meant mostly to do it full time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to be careful about my words. I don't want to be clipped saying everybody that makes content only wants to blah blah blah. That's just not true. Some people are making it for fun.
Honestly, more power to anyone who has gotten their life into a position where they're just able to do stuff for fun and not have to think about money or anything. That's awesome. That is something that I will say, whatever, full on. That is everybody's goal, right? In life is to never think about money. Like, that's definitely the goal.
I would say my main right now has changed in the last 2 expansions. Is now I'm a Resto Shaman main, and Lerold has had a variety of mains, but it's pretty much whatever tank is in first place at the moment. He'll very much flavor of the month those, because playing the other tank specs is just too punishing. So right now, I'm gonna say your main for a while this patch was Demon Hunter, but now I'm gonna say it's Warrior.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's always tank and healer for the two of us, but it's definitely I'm enjoying Prot Warrior the most right now. Ergo, I must be maining Prot Warrior, even if it doesn't have as high of
Yes.
item level as Demon Hunter. I would
Exactly.
rather play it. So, you know. I actually mained a Resto Shaman long ago. I have over 120 days played on Resto Shaman. I haven't touched it since, like, Kata. But I did play a ton of it once upon a time, farm the Insane on a Resto Shaman. Ellie Shaman, too.
I do want to touch on that. That you're absolutely right, Andy. It is usually just an extra way to advertise the stream. I would love to see both platforms doing really well. Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
we do things so different from most content creators because most
Backwards,
people
you
are
might even
just
say.
yeah, most people are just like a solo YOLO, you know, and maybe they have like support at home that can like help with like their meals and things and like planning around that if they're streaming like full time. I'm talking about people
Yeah.
who are like, you know, streaming for 8 hours of the day and they have a significant other or someone that can help with like childcare or you know, house maintenance or
Yeah.
whatever it might be.
Like, I'll spotlight a specific content creator who I'm impressed by. This is not a negative thing at all. Very positive. Jungrown, right? His build guide videos on YouTube are usually like 3 minutes long, and it's because like it's mostly just he wants to stream, and credit to him. He's an incredible build creator, and obviously, yeah, if we were in a position where like I don't know, where that were like an option, sure, that is certainly a cool way to do it, but like we do it basically the exact opposite, and I also like doing it that way too.
I think it's because the return from YouTube is like so much faster.
Yeah,
I was
that's
losing my voice
exactly
there
what
for a
it
moment,
is.
But yeah, it's like so much faster. It's so much easier, more accessible, easier to get the views you need on YouTube and start earning money right away than it is on Twitch. Twitch, you really have to hustle to get an average amount of viewers, and then you can join affiliate where you can make pennies.
And then you
then
can
you have to have,
eventually, after a while, become
Yeah,
a
if you have
partner and make
75
dollars.
concurrent
Yeah,
watchers, you can join
on
for it, which
average,
is
yeah,
like,
it's a lot of people.
yeah.
Woo! Perfect chaos,
Cool.
nice. I see those questions in there, by the way. I do have a Voltaxic
Yeah, that's
Rift.
enough. That's enough business talk. I'm gonna go back to working on that
No
equipment.
problem.
I
I do have a
yeah,
Voltaxic
business
Rift.
questions.
That's actually just like one of, I think, a couple that I've self-found, and I kind of like looked at the napkin math on it. It seems like a good setup. I think it might work better for the constricting command helmet, so you're not having to think about like leech or anything like that, and then maybe you don't even go crit direction as well, since Voltaxic Rift only has a flat 5% crit, but then you can build for shock, you can build like a bunch of lightning damage. So I think that's another fun way to build it. I honestly thought about making another yeah, I think it might be the first perfect chaos I've seen too. I thought about making another poison Pathfinder just to play with Voltaxic Rift, and then I realized like that's incredibly stupid. But it is fun. Thank you for the follow, Rich, too. As for the Nova, the Nova projectile, I did play around with it. I didn't love it. I actually found that I had like a lot harder time like stacking up the poisons compared to just like shooting out 3 arrows at a time. I think for a lot of skills it makes sense.
In my sights.
Maybe if I had like more projectiles, then I would like it. But yeah, I didn't love it as much as I wanted it. Like as much as I wanted to. I actually like the multi-shot more. I am definitely planning to make other characters, so this league, like, something I've kind of been thinking about and then ultimately sidetracked to spend more time on this character was some kind of punchy man, like a punchy monk. Not exactly sure what I want that to look like. I don't even know for sure that I want it to be a monk. It might be more like, I don't know, like a mercenary or something. I have no idea what ascendancy mercenary would make sense to try and do a punchy guy. Like tactician seems pretty good because, yeah, Hollow Palm is fun. It does build for crit, and so if you go like tactician and then you stack accuracy and you do like an accuracy stacker along with resolute technique, then you can't crit, so that kind of is counterintuitive. But tactician is pretty great for accuracy stacking, and like any build really, right? Because it gets like effectively double spirit because of the 1 ascendancy node, and then banners are good. So I thought about that.
A lot of things.
A lot of thinking and not as much doing. That's for sure. That's the Larold guarantee. The studio guarantee, really. We'll do a lot of thinking and not as much doing. Yeah, Hollow Palm Monk is, like, pretty cool. Like, that might just be the move, the play. You know, I might just be, like, might just go ultra basic. Ice Strike Hollow Palm Monk. Like, ta-da. Where's that last guy at? Oh, hello. I do love Hollow Palm in PoE 1. It's like my favorite way to level. My favorite way to do the campaign. It's just Hollow Palm blasting. And haven't touched it yet this patch. Definitely going to at some point. Something that we've kind of noticed with the channel, the YouTube channel for PoE. It's like in PoE 1, I think our best performing videos for the most part are currency related stuff, although I think some of our all-time bests have been like build related. For the most part, it's more like currency stuff, and then in PoE 2, it's very much just build related. If it's a cool build, people want to watch the video, and if it's not a cool build, they don't. Alright, let's just defer everything we can here. Except for these two, because they cost 3 tribute. Good grief. Alright. Pretty cheap. Nice! We got that Sinistral Annul back in the mix. Got it quantity, Sinistral Crystallization. Alright, I think I won't be able to do another page flip, but that's okay. We'll just defer everything on the page here, and then that'll wrap us up on this map, I think. Alright, let's go find out what a perfect chaos is worth. Oh yeah, I did think that, like, looking at Shattering Palm, it did look really good.
Yes.
That's an interesting idea. Mace Deadeye. That's very creative. I like how creative that is. I like a weird build, you know? Weird is good. Alright, let's see what this is worth. Kind of disappointing. I thought it was going to be worth like a ton. Perfect Chaos. It's worth a decent chunk, you know, over a Divine, but not like, not an insane amount. Yeah. Alright, well, anyway. First one of the league. Nice. Not as nice.
This is all we have, as expected.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Yeah, that's pretty much the only use I can really think of for Chaos is, like, Whittlings. That's, like, not deterministic, but, like, close enough. Yeah, I felt like when I first saw that they were nerfing Frenzy Nodes in the Deadeye tree, my thought was just like, they're just trying to kill Lightning Spear as hard as they possibly can. But yeah, it kind of makes sense that there's probably some other stuff that they were trying to head off at the pass. Yeah, agreed. I mean, that does seem to be the case with, like, most of the crafting. It's mostly like, what, homogenizing is, like, really good. Like, really effective, and then whittling is pretty RNG, and, you know. Essences are good. Like, it's nice being able to take, like, a pretty good 2-mod item that you've crafted up and make it, like, really nice with some essences. Or 3-mod, whatever. Expedition's super underrated. It is shocking how cheap the Expedition relics are, considering, like, how good some of the items that you're able to, like, make that are, like, a 2-mod item that you've thrown 2 mods together. I mean, I guess there's the RNG of it deleting items, but This ring. This is a ring I crafted starting with Expedition. You take 2 prismatic rings, one that has all res, one that has like T1 of whatever your preferred res is. Lightning is kind of the easiest one to craft. And then you use Abyss to guarantee a suffix, and then you use the Unveiling, Echo, whatever. And if you're going for Lightning, you also use like the Liege or whatever it is to guarantee, I don't remember his name, Amanumu maybe? Ulaman. Guarantee an Ulaman, and then Lightning and Chaos is guaranteed to be one of the 3 or so. You know, we don't really have a streaming schedule. That is like the biggest fault, is that we don't really have a streaming schedule, although we're kind of working on it. And then you can use like homogenizing catalyzation to try and exalt on decent stuff, and that's where this ring came from. It's okay. I mean, rarity and a billion resistance isn't bad. Yeah, Poison Spiral Volley is like a cool concept. I want Spiral Volley to be good, but the Frenzy charge requirement is rough. Yeah, usually I feel like when we stream, we either stream like a lot earlier or a lot later. You know, so it's like, I think about some of our streams in the past, like, well, essentially, I'll just say it, like, basically we both have, like, it's something we kind of bonded over when we first met, we both have, like, sleeping disorders. Some of my earliest memories, like, as a kid are of, like, being awake at 4 in the morning as, like, a 7-year-old. Which is, like, that's not normal. And that's just always the way that my brain has worked. Like, I think if I ruled the world, days would be like 27 hours long, and then I would have a very easy time being on like a normal sleeping schedule. Unfortunately, yeah, time is still divided up into 24-hour days, so it's never really worked that well for me. Sunset's kind of the same, but she's one of those superhumans who can like run on 2 hours of sleep, whereas me, with my pathetic hereditary dry eyes that I have, I can't do it. I'm too much of a weak baby to be able to make it work with less than like at least 5 hours of sleep. If I'm less than 5 hours of sleep, then like my eyes don't function, and then like what are you doing if you don't have eyes? I could say this. I'm a one-eyed man. I'm allowed to talk about the disability known as blindness. I've had my like whatever brushes with it, and it sucks. It's the one I would want least, I think. So yeah, definitely not my fave to like be without eye, because I'm already without one eye, so to lose the other one too stinks. The expedition part was like just the melding the 2 rings together. It's like a 1 in 15. I think it's like 7% to merge the T1 LE res and T1 light res rings together. So it took like quite a bit of them, but that's it. You just merge those together, and then the rest of it is like Omen and Essence and so on crafting. Pretty, RNG ultimately. I crafted a couple of rings like this. I think some of them sold for like a handful of divines. I think I still have one sitting in my stash that has not sold. I might jump out and look. Oh yeah, true. I do forget about that lucky recombo Omen existing, of course.
Suffocate.
Yeah. But yeah, Sunset's a superhero who can rock it with like 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep. After being awake for like 27 or something. My mom was always a very sleepy person. I did not inherit that, thankfully. I'm not a sleepy man. I very much have trouble falling asleep. Always have. But yeah, that's usually why we would stream more in the middle of the night, which actually works out kind of nice. We get like a lot of friendly German people showing up in our streams, being like, "Oh yeah, this is not apparently my German accent. Oh yeah, I'm in Germany and it's great, and I'm off to work." And I'm like, ah, it's like the middle of the night for me. Sick. Nice. I've been doing a lot more Essence stuff in the last day here. I kind of like it. I don't know that it's really worth much currency-wise, but it's like a fun enough mechanic. It works for me. Oh, that's a good question for both of us. All right, I'm just going to ask Sunset. She's right next to me here, or actually just across the room. I don't know that she's in range of the mic, but I'll ask. What is the first video game that made you fall in love with them? Like, with video games. I know the answer for mine. It is Contra, because I am youthful and spry.
That would be Galaga, because when I was a kid, my dad was a mechanic, and he worked on someone's car who replaced all the arcade machines at bars, and in trade for work on his car, he traded us a Miss Pac-Man and Galaga machine.
Galaga's a pretty good game. Miss Pac-Man's a good game. Definitely played a lot of that when I was growing up. My dad was very much into those. I guess you'd call them retro games now. At the time, they were just games, you know? They might have been retro.
If we're talking about actual, like, objective, then I would say probably Mario.
Okay, she said this from across the room. I don't know how much got picked up, but yeah, Super Mario, if we're just talking about, like, objective-based games. Yeah, Age of Empires and Age of Empires 2 were huge for me during, like, some of my formative, like, those preteen years, maybe, verging into teens.
And if we're talking about Midnight Rescue.
Oh, Midnight Rescue. One from Sunset. Yeah, I played a lot of racing games in high school, like right before the age where I could drive cars. I was like, yeah, it's Gran Turismo and Grand Theft Auto and lots of different car driving games. Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, they're good games. Like, there's a reason that like, whatever spawned the entire industry of gaming that we have now. I think I base this on absolutely no research at all. It's just a vibe, but I feel like it is a correct vibe, you know? I feel like gaming is good for the brain. I feel like it's gonna keep me young forever. Like, my dad is a straight-up old man. He's an old dad, but he's, like, pretty youthful and stuff, and I do attribute that to him, like, playing just, like, little video games over the years, just keeping his brain going. He's not ancient. He's not, like, a 900-year-old decrepit man, but he's not youthful with, like, you know, fully cartilaginous knees and stuff. And honestly, same. My knees aren't in the best shape of my life. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII was pretty goated. Yeah, I gotta give it up. Trying to remember when I actually played Final Fantasy VII. I didn't have a PlayStation until it was, like, pretty near the end of the lifespan of the console, and then I got a PlayStation 2, like, very early on in the lifespan of that console. Like, I got them very close together, actually. Yeah, I think I played Final Fantasy VII probably, like, several years after it came out, but it was, like, a real revelatory experience when I finally did. I think I had every single one of the Final Fantasy numbered games up through, like, I guess 11. I never played 11, and then Sunset played hell out of 11.
Thousands of hours.
Thousands of hours, she says, from across the room. Let me see. You know what? I never beat Final Fantasy 12. I liked the idea of Final Fantasy 12 that, like, you're not the protagonist. You know, like, that was something that I always found, like, especially as I got a little bit older, and oh, I'm so cynical and old and jaded. I'm 21, you know? Like, I always thought it was, like, weird that every Final Fantasy, you're like, I'm the hero of the universe. I'm a teenager with a large sword and spiky hair. But, like, yeah, Final Fantasy 12, having you just be, like, a secondary character in somebody else's story, kind of a cool concept. Bit weird, though. I understand why that wasn't, like, the standard for the series. I think that was my third essence on this map, yeah. I know I have some, I use, like, several essence, tablets, you know, like irradiated tablets with essences, chance to spawn essences on them. What am I looking for? I was looking for the 4th ritual, but I've already done it. Okay, div, nice. This is why we like ritual. I mean, it's not the only reason, but we do love ritual. $1,600 at $750 to reroll. Yuck. Do I just buy everything out and not run the risk? I think I just buy everything out that's on the plate here and not run the risk of re-rolling and then not being able to defer and all of that stuff. So there we go. Buy some crappy orbs and get out. On to the next. I mean, I liked games as art. I liked all single-player stuff once upon a time. That's never really been Sunset's bag. He's always been, like, play video games with other people, which is probably a healthier mindset, rather than the, like, I just want to be in my room and escape reality with video games approach that I was always going for. But on the other hand, I wanted to be Solid Snake. Who wouldn't?
Choose what you need, as expected. Of course.
Metal Gear. I mean, he's so cool. He's the best. He's like one of my favorite protagonists ever. I do love me some Metal Gear. This is a kind of nice ring, actually. The prefix sucks, though. But, damn, man. Gold ring base is kind of trash, though, unfortunately. That's true. It is very weird that part of the lore of Solid Snake is that he's into, like, yeah, dog sledding or whatever it is. It's very weird. I don't know if there's really a minimum amount of chaos res to go before, like, to go with a ritual strat. Ultimately, the volatiles will kill you if they hit you, and the other chaos damage in the rituals kind of just doesn't exist. Obviously, more is better than none, you know? I think you can do ritual with, like, 0 chaos res or 10 chaos res, though. Yeah, I guess I just, like, close my eyes and hit an exalt, and that sucks. And then reserve collarbone and just hope it comes out good. I think given that the prefixes really stink on this thing, I don't think I bother with Abyssal Echoes. I think I just close my eyes and think of England and hope it's good. I played Metal Gear Solid 1 because my friend had it. I never actually owned it until, like, getting it on the computer when it was re-released a million years later. Okay, I'll take the massive lightning damage to attacks. I loved Metal Gear Solid 1, but, like, you know, I only played, like, parts of it, you know, like, handing the controller back and forth with a friend when we were, like, in middle school. And then Metal Gear Solid 2 was the first one that I, like, owned of my own, and it was awesome. And then they did the, admittedly, in hindsight, like, hilarious switch of, of you're not Snake, you're playing as Raiden, this loser with a bob, with, like, a bleached bob cut.
Is that a good
He
price for
looks
that?
so dumb, but honestly, like, I really liked Metal Gear Solid 2. And then Metal Gear Solid 3 is, like, an all-time great game for me, like, genuinely one of my faves. Metal Gear Solid 5 is insanely good. Konami is very evil, even by the standards of like gaming companies. They're very evil and stupid. But the Metal Gear Solid series is great. The only one I never touched was 4, because I didn't own a PlayStation. Then I don't even know what Revengeance is. I never looked into it. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's incredibly stupid. I have no idea. I don't know if it's canon. You know, I have no idea. All right, Untainted Paradise. Time to get some XP. Oh, hold on. We stop and look. 2.8 mil. 2.8. 2.8 bill. All right. 2.814 technically. Okay. See what we get out of this. We'll note that the quote from the old ranger at the start of this map was that she doesn't like how much open sky or whatever there is. Too much sky, too much open ground. That seems out of character. What are we doing? The blonde outdoorsy lady doesn't like how green and beautiful and verdant this area is. Kinda sus. Alright, honestly, you might have sold me on Revengeance. Although, if it's like a console exclusive or something, then I will absolutely never play it. But it's the Bloodborne thing, right? Like, I would kill non-person. I would kill something, I don't know, a sandwich to play Bloodborne, but I will never, ever play it on a PlayStation 4 or whatever console it came out on, which means I'll never play it. Unfortunately. I would love to play it, though, because I know it's a great game. But, you know. Yeah, that's probably it. Probably scared of giant birds. Yeah. They're just birds. Yeah. Dinosaurs, really, yeah. Good point. Huh. All right. I'll look into it then. I might have to spend some time on that. Yeah. Sunset's like a Disney princess. Animals all like her. People will be like, "Oh, careful of that old dog. He doesn't like anybody." And then the dog's just like sitting at her feet like, you know, like they've known each other forever. Actually, you know what? We went into somewhere. I can't remember. Was it like a feed store for some reason? And there was a kitty cat there who had like a little sign up that said, "Oh, go ahead.
Careful! Don't pet cat. He bites. Don't pet employees. They bite too."
Yeah. And it, you know, it said like he works here, like this is his job, you know. And also that he's like part feral, so she just walked up and looked at him, and then he just immediately started like nuzzling her and purring. It's like, all right, man.
Like me.
Yeah, animals just like her. Yeah, they got the right idea. All right, what do we do? We went from 2814 to 2826, so like 8 million XP. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, PoE 2 is the same world as PoE 1 20 years later. We don't know all the stuff that's happening in the story yet, obviously, because Act 5 and 6 aren't in yet. But it seems like there's some sort of horrible cataclysm that happens in Act 6. And it seems like Einhard, despite how insane he was in PoE 1, was actually correct in predicting the end of the world, because it does seem like the world ends. Faustus died. Yeah, Faustus died of old age, which is why we have Ange running our money for us. But I imagine Faustus will be the guy for us in PoE 1, doing all the trading that Ange does in PoE 2. And the like instant buyout stuff in 3.27, which is obviously amazing to think about that in 3.27 we're going to have instant buyout trades in PoE 1. Completely awesome.
About time.
About time. But also great. I mean, that's like I said this a bunch of times, I'm going to say it again. Even if you just have no interest in PoE 2 at all, for whatever reason, there is so much quality of life that will be added back into PoE 1 because it gets innovated for PoE 2. And I think genuinely the thing people have most wanted in the world of Path of Exile is instant buyout trading, and they're gonna get it, and it's gonna be in next patch, because it's just been like a colossal success in this patch of PoE 2. A staggering success. So I don't see any reason at all that it wouldn't happen. So yeah, they are gonna give the people what they want. That's pretty much it. I'll name some names. Unlike certain Blizzard games, Grinding Gear knows that you gotta give the people what they want. But yeah, the Expedition crew is older. Rog and Gwynin apparently have kids, which I didn't see that coming. Yeah. Alrighty. I know, that wasn't going to be my guess either, but yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jun or any of the other masters make a return.
Quick and lethal. Suffer.
Oh, hello. That's another, I think I just got Divines and back-to-back, we'll call this a map. Tower and a map. Pretty good. I think that's like the 4th Divine of the stream. Pretty nice. The game realized I turned on the streamer client and then, you know, just started printing the damn Divines out. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I want to see the whole Heist crew. I would actually like to see Heist kind of make its way into this game in some form. I'm not exactly sure what it would look like, but some version of Heist in PoE 2 would be pretty sick. Or maybe not. Maybe it would be terrible. I don't know. Nanette's a good NPC. I like all of the Heist team, really. Talina, exactly. Talina and the old man, whatever his name is.
That guy.
Old guy. Yeah, that's a good point about pausing. Like, pausing in PoE 1 is incredibly good. And it's definitely something people are already taking for granted, and it is something that was completely just added because of it being put into PoE 2.
Oh yeah.
Huge quality of life. I mean, the reality is, Jonathan and Mark have both straight up said, we will get WASD in PoE 1 at some point. It probably won't be for a while, but like eventually they will update the rigs so that they can have all the MTX that, you know, goes both games, and once they do that, there's no reason for them to not have WASD. Yeah, Sunset just said they need to address the GPU obliterating MTXs, which is true. I've definitely had some nice MTX that I've had to not use because my GPU is just like all the time. So I would love for that to not be a concern anymore. That would be sick. That's really the biggest criticism I have of the game right now, is just it doesn't run very well a lot of the time. Some builds, some MTX, you know, some maps just don't handle very well. I think as far as criticisms go, that's pretty light.
Honestly, but opening, and I think that's something
Oh yeah, Sunset saying off mic, but yeah, the opening sequence is not particularly like
Optimized.
smooth or optimized or whatever, and yeah, you're not gonna get an argument with me there.
Well, I'm not saying it matters in the. Never played Path of Exile before.
You definitely want the first taste of a game to be really buttery smooth and buttery delicious and buttery for people, and yeah,
Also
it's not.
buttery.
I haven't seen Zizaran's epilepsy seizure build yet, but I did see Rutu's dumbest build of the league earlier today, and I absolutely loved it, and I imagine it's going to be an even more insane version of that. Yeah. I really do. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it more, now that we're talking about it more, I definitely want to see the heist guys get some more attention in, like, later on in PoE 2 here, because they're such a fun group of, like, bizarre characters. Okay, yeah, we got that down here, and a tower right next to it. Sick. And a tower over here next to nothing. So I think we stick with the plan. Speaking of the heist guys, we stick to the plan. Quantity irradiated tab and a... Alright, that's pretty bad. I guess it'll work. And then 2 ritual tabs. Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Just insane cluster grenades. Yeah. I mean, it's like when I was doing the full... So part of the reason that I switched over the warrior build to not having all of the what are they called? Craters, you know, the fissures on Stampede was it was just nuking my graphics card. It was just going over and over again, like all the time while playing, and the room was warm. And I was like, I feel like I probably am shaving actual like days of time off of the lifespan of this graphics card by playing this build. So that's kind of part of what motivated me to play this very understated, just like pew pew pew, little green poison circles build. I'm trying to find a nice tablet with like pack size or rare monsters or something, and also monsters give more tribute or reroll is cheaper, something nice. No, not that. No. I'll find a good tribute tab eventually here. That's not the worst. What did I grab? Increased chance to be omens. Yeah, that's good. That's not a terrible one. I should just like search, but I'm just kind of looking to see what we've got. All right, let's just. I give up. Increased tribute. 4. Okay, well that was probably for the best. That's looking like the best one so far, and it is. All right, 7% rarity and 8% tribute. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's true. Like, quality definitely is not nearly as important as extra sockets, which I guess is like a testament to the value of the socketable currencies. Like, they're actually pretty good. You know, people had been complaining about how they sucked so like for a while, so you know, they managed to turn that around at least. But yeah, pretty much. Okay, let me see if I can find a map that, like, or a waystone that doesn't actually have that terrible of mods on it and just go blast this. I want something that's not going to be super tanky, and I love to not do this boss with him having, like, more damage or attack speed or something. Maybe I'll just do a 5 mod just for cowardly safety. I don't really want to do that, though. It's not too bad. Alright, let's find, like, chilled ground and temp chains, like, some stuff that doesn't do anything to me. Let's do that. I really don't want him to have increased attack and cast speed. It's just annoying. And also, reduced extra damage taken from crits is very annoying because this is a crit-based build. even though it's poison. That looks pretty good. Let's do that. A temporal tether is something that shows up at the end of maps that are adjacent to, I don't remember the name of the map, but like some of these weird, funky maps that show up around the map, or the atlas. I think I've done all of them, but, you know, they'll be at the end of the map if it's adjacent to one of those, like a map like this. Previously, they were like kind of set off to a weird spot. Now, as long as you actually finish all of the objectives for the map, they'll just spawn right next to you. You click it. There you go. I think for temporal tethers, you have to do like 2 or 3 of them in order to open up the access to the map. I don't totally love that because it does mean you can soft lock yourself out of some of those maps, but whatever. All right, let's go kill Uber Count Geonor. Who's just regular Count Geonor ultimately. I feel like this build is a lot stronger than Lightning Arrow Deadeye if you're, you know, if you're not extremely rich. Like, obviously, I've seen the first 5 seconds of Fubgun's last video just to see, like, how fast is this moving? Oh, lightning fast and it's clearing whole screens at a time? Sure. How much did he spend on it? Like 5,000 divines or whatever? I mean, yeah, I would hope it's as strong as it is, which it is. Very strong. But, you know, for people with like mortal amounts of time and budget, I think this is definitely like a better option for cheapness.
You against me. Can't complain.
Like, I think it's gonna wind up being, assuming Lightning Arrow doesn't get brutally nerfed in the coming patch, which is, I don't know, may be the case. I think it could wind up being the situation. Certainly it would be what I would do if I wanted to play Lightning Arrow at the start of Max League. I would roll Poison Pathfinder to start, and then switch over to Lightning Arrow once I had, you know, like 50 or 100 divines or whatever accumulated to, like, really set up some nice gear for it. Because I think this build is way better on, like, low budget than that. It has really good quality of life, too, though. Like, one of the big criticisms I see people say of Pathfinder is, like, all the stuff Pathfinder does, you can get from elsewhere. You can run Herald of Plague. You can get reduced slowing effect from casting stuff. You can get reduced slowing effect of slows. True. But, you know, it's like 40 or 50 points on the passive tree or something to get all of those bonuses. It's spirit that you have to spend on that. There's no other way to get double the amount of poison stacks, so, yeah, I think that's a pretty good approach to anything Fubgun build related. Again, not criticizing the guy in the least. He's the GOAT. But, like, you gotta be richer than Croesus to be able to put together a build that's at the level that he's at. Yeah. Just ignoring slows is so amazing. Like, I want to play other Pathfinder builds too. Like, my mindset is at the point of, like, can I do instead of monk, can I just do like a poison Pathfinder hollow palm? And the answer is probably.
A lock is little more
Do like original sin poison Pathfinder hollow palm. I wonder if that would wind up being better than I might have just backdoored my way into the next build here, just kind of spitting. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I was thinking about this while I was trying to, like, think about what the next character would be. Is that anything that doesn't have Pathfinder's just incredible immunity to all slows and chilled ground and temp chains and blah 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 is gonna feel like a real drag the moment that I have to do these maps and actually be slowed by them. I do agree. I think, yeah, obviously a lot of other skills still need to be buffed. You know, they said they were gonna buff a bunch of skills in this patch, and they did. They also nerfed some skills, but I don't think they went far enough on a lot of the buffs. But then again, there's also a lot of stuff that's just getting, like, all the oxygen sucked out of the room because Lightning Arrow is so damn good. There's a lot of skills that are totally solid. That have, you know, like a 1% usage rate. Like, case in point, you're watching it.
An easy trophy.
They'll probably nerf Chilled Ground or Temp Chains back down a bit at some point. Player outrage being what it is. It is too oppressive. Like, I think they've actually done a good job with Temp Chains. I don't think they need to nerf it anymore or in any of the curses. I think having them occasionally fire at you and be really nasty, like, yeah, okay, that works. You can just dodge it. I don't always, but you can. So, like, that's pretty cool. But then Chilled Ground just being like 55% of all the ground in the map is villainous shit. Sick.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I wanted Chayula to be good too. That was my first character back in 0.1 was Acolyte of Chayula, and like I really, really went for the like slow, methodical, inconvenient melee play style. Damn, man, number 5. Yeah, that's some good RNG. Let me tell ya. Acolyte of Chayula just stinks. I really wish it was good. I wish, you know, maybe 4th time's the charm or whatever. Everybody makes the jokes about streamer client, but I swear, like, I start recording or turn on a stream or whatever, and the drops just suddenly get very, very nice. It's like clockwork.
It's because of the streamer client.
It's real.
Well,
I missed a
and
couple of
real.
rare guys all the way back at the entrance, huh? That is the move. Yeah. The game knows. If OBS is open, it knows what to do.
Yep.
You know what? I can't
else.
chance. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I can't chance a Mage Blood from Faustus, but you might be able to. You know what I'm saying? It's like 1 in whatever, couple 100,000 or something. Odds,
Yeah.
something like that. But you might be able to. I think my wrists won't allow me to do it. All right. That's a pretty decent little haul. Okay, let's make our way over to Boss Man, and then first we will save everything from the ritual.
Would you say you're making your way downtown?
Yes. Yes, I would. I am
Walking
walking
fast?
at a moderate pace. All right, let's save the most important things. All right, it's not important if we save the sticks. That really doesn't matter. Exalt is actually less valuable than 5 sticks, so I think it goes 4 sticks to Exalt. So that's less important. I think Rare and Magic Monster Omen is like totally worthless. Okay, so I locked in everything that I feel like is actually valuable and good. Now I can just kind of look at this and go, I can't even see how many that is. Is that 8? That's 8. Okay. Too cheap to defer again. Okay. 31. 72 is too cheap to defer again? No, it is not. 8. 8. Okay, I think I deferred everything I wanted to defer, so that, I guess that'll work. Yeah. I'll defer 5 more sticks. Again, you know, it's slightly more than an Exalt. Yeah, learning how to price stuff, you know, figuring out how to price stuff is always, like, it's the hardest thing to do, right?
You get asked about a lot of things.
Oh, it's the most common question in the world, yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
okay.
I would say that's our other than you're not having fun in PoE 2, I would say it's the second most prevalent comment in the comment section.
Yeah.
And I just want to take a moment, since we brought up YouTube comments, or I did.
Yeah.
We cannot see your replies, so if you ask a question and we respond to you, we can't see any replies after that. Like, if we pick through the haystack of comments, we could probably find your reply, but we get absolutely zero notification that you have replied to us. It is just not a thing YouTube does. So
That's true.
Don't take offense if we don't answer your follow-up question. It is merely because we cannot see it. So please bring your follow-up questions to Discord.
Good gravy. That was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. All right, save a little clip of that. Yeah, you got to see it
Slow
here
down.
first, folks. That's gonna probably go in a video at some point. Wow.
Errol's gonna get reported for hacking.
I thought he had, I thought he was going to be stronger than that.
Oh right, you're on the streamer client. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to happen. I've heard.
All right, I'm pulling up the recording here.
Stack of
I'm gonna
comments.
I'm gonna watch this back on mute. Okay, so like he took a while to kill the first round through, right? Then he goes whatever, immune, half health. I'm doing this for my own benefit. This is something I would normally do if I were streaming too. It's just like double check and see like, is that really as fast as I thought it was? Yeah, okay. I guess he just doesn't have that much health in phase 2, but he got nuked. T1 armor and strength. That's kind of nice actually.
I will make use of this.
That's not. Triple resistance and then armor and thorns. Oh, and it's a T1 Chaos Res belt too on the wrong base. That's a bummer. That's like damn near a nice belt, but it isn't
back.
nice.
Put it back.
Yeah. Is Grapevine worth anything? 5 exalts. Oh, but it's kind of got a decent armor roll. No, it's alright, 10 exalts. Alright, cool. 10 exalts actually. I don't mind if I do. I was gonna shard that, but yeah, 10 exalts is better than
Someone's bound to buy that.
2. We're always happy to hear that somebody liked one of our builds, or we, you know, helped somebody. Like a comment that we've gotten a lot recently that feels very nice and humbling is people saying like, you saved the league start for me. Like, awesome. We're really genuinely glad to hear that. This is junk, but yeah, like we do this to help people, right? And you know, it feels good to hear that it has succeeded. Armor and strength. Oh man, what's the best approach here? Probably guarantee armor. But it's not a super high roll, right? Like kind of a mediocre roll. Do you just do resist guaranteed and then like try and homogenizing exalt? Or I think ultimately I'll probably just do a resist essence and then close my eyes and exalt, and then if it comes out good, that's great. Never mind.
I don't know. I don't know about that close your eyes tactic. That I feel like that.
Damn, that's such a bummer too, because this is like a pretty good looking piece of gear other than the
I feel like
horrendous.
that's asking to get something bad,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
and it is what has been happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely happens with the old never sync filter. I mean, look. That dude is a hero for all he does for the community. But sometimes it's like that with getting the ping, the fancy. It's like, oh yes, I just dropped a mirror or at least a divine, and then it's yeah, 1 exalt. Garbage. Alright, we're doing life. Yep. Okay. Is this anything? 8 divines? I don't believe it. I don't believe you. We'll post this for 5 divines. I don't believe it will sell at that, but sure.
I'll do what I can to
This
sell
helm is, I feel like, absolutely nothing. which is kind of a bummer, because other than that horrible T10 life roll, it's like pretty decent.
I'm sure someone will want that.
I feel like a 20 exalt item is more likely to sell than a 15 exalt item, you know? Like a 10 exalt item obviously would sell quicker than a 20, but I feel like is this my brain being stupid? I think it's maybe like because of stack sizes being 10 in the past and now 20. Generally when I want to buy something, I'll just scroll down to 20, like whenever I'm trading with people, which I guess isn't really a thing anymore going forward, but yeah, I think like I just scroll down to like a round stack size number. This is like kind of weird to get to this Copper Citadel. I gotta go around here. This bizarre zigzag pattern, or I have to get lucky and okay. Find the idol of Estazunti, and then I can get there through Headland. Alright, let's do it. Let's make our way over there. I did see the Lich crossbow build. It's a pretty cool idea. I thought that that crossbow last lament looked super cool when they introduced it last patch, and I saw some people talking about like Lich and crossbow combining, you know, like back then, and then especially with them kind of redesigning some crossbow skills. I didn't really think about it when the patch dropped, or patch notes dropped for this patch, but obviously that made perfect sense. Like a bunch of the crossbow skills got knocked down only one shot. Galvanic shards is the main one, I guess. Which is a nerf for everything except for like last lament Lich, but perfect for that build. Now you just run around with this insane nuke, and it doesn't matter that you only have one shot and then you have to reload if you just never have to reload.
Just lay down and die next time.
Alright. Huntress, or no, not Huntress. Ranger is very spicy. She's very spicy in both games. I appreciate that consistency. Feels like kind of an empty map. I know this is like one of everybody's less favorites. I don't hate it. I like the boss. I like the Rotten Druid or whatever his name is. Nice, perfect jewelers. I know that's not really that valuable, but it feels great. It feels like kind of better than a divine to get a bunch of perfect jewelers just lined up for your next character or whatever. Like, what am I gonna do with a divine orb? I know it's worth something, but, you know. Oh, I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Get her flirting with Alva.
An easy trophy.
What's up, bugs? Just a bunch of bugs waiting in here. Very weird. I feel like there's something trapped away in that alcove that I skipped, and I'm gonna regret it. Let's go take a look. Probably a ritual, if I had to guess. Nope, nothing. Alright, cool.
I shall down.
Alright, where are those last couple of rituals? Because I already cleared most of the map, and I've only found 2. 30 exalts, not bad. I love just thinking about the fact that I'll never have to zone out of a map to trade with somebody ever again. What an awesome thing, you know? It really means, like... Yeah, you're never gonna, like, waste portals on a, like, kind of difficult map in PoE 1. Zoning out to trade with the doofus who changes their mind at the last second, or, like, crashes loading into your hideout or whatever. Which, I mean, that's not their fault. You know? Still doesn't feel good. Have your time wasted, accidentally or deliberately. Oh, no. Well, goodbye, Wisp. That last ritual must be up here. Well, it's not in this area. Maybe it's around to the west. I'm going out west where the rituals stand tall. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, maybe a little further. No, we've never really thought about doing lore stuff on PoE. There are some good people, like, well, I don't know if they're good people. There are some people who do good videos on the PoE lore. I'm gonna assume they're good people. But the videos are good. But, like, I don't know, neither of us know enough about the lore of Ray class to really be able to talk about it in, like, a way that I think, you know, that would be good for people to want to listen to, you know? Yeah. Alright, that's 4 for 4. Wow, terrible tribute out of this map. Truly awful. We're just gonna do our best to just defer everything on the plate here. And not go for a reroll. Although maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, I don't want to wind up doing you hate to not reroll at least once, but on the other hand, you don't want to spend 470 and then now you can't even defer the fancy omen or the divine or whatever, so I'm just gonna not risk it. This is my fundamental issue with Ritual, is trying to keep like 15 or 20 different numbers in your head when I'm also trying to just like blast quick. You make some mistakes along the way. It's actually pretty rewarding though, so like it does kind of compensate for those mistakes, but still. 2 socket spear. This is nothing, right? It is nothing. Alright, cool.
I'm sure someone will want that.
This is all we have. As expected. Of course.
And now hideout. This is junk. What's a really terrible map? That seems pretty bad. Yeah, that's probably true. Like, I think this is definitely a game that kind of appeals to a certain type of person who does not pay attention to the story. And they've definitely put a lot of effort into the story. I'm digging the story of QE1's in-game right now. I do like story in video games most of the time, but usually only in, like, single player, offline, not a persistent world type of games. You know, like what's happening in World of Warcraft? I've done everything that would like, you know, I should know what the story of World of Warcraft is. I am deliberately not paying attention.
Oh yeah.
But both of us are. We are actively ignoring the story of World of Warcraft. Thank you for the follow. And I wouldn't say I'm like going quite. Neither of us are going quite that far in terms of like actively ignoring the story of Path of Exile, but yeah, we're not like locked in on it either. Yes, exactly. I think the story of World of Warcraft was better in the past. Yeah, coherent at points in the past, more so than it is now. Everything after Legion, BFA, Shadowlands, extremely stupid. Just very, very dumb and bad. Shadowlands, extremely bad. Very cool looking. Probably the coolest looking expansion they ever did. Unfortunately, like, huge bummer that it is such awesome artwork for a profoundly bad and stupid story. Written by someone who is no longer there. It's not like Warlords of Draenor had a great story either. I think that story was actually very bad. Yeah, Sunset's out there shouting the last expansion that had a good story was Wrath of the Lich King. Definitely that's like the last one that really like caught me on a visceral level, and I was like, yeah, I care about this.
Good, it just wasn't.
Yeah, Kata kind of missed the mark.
And
And
it destroyed beloved zone.
it destroyed a bunch of beloved zones. Mop was very underrated. At the time, the criticism of Mop was, some stuff I can't repeat. We'll say it was lame. And also, it's Kung Fu Panda. Well, Kung Fu Panda is good.
I think the issue is that Blizzard does a lot of experimentation on their live gameplay.
Yeah.
They're
Just-
like, what if we do this? Let's see how players like it. Oh, hint, we don't.
Just removing, like, whole sections of the world and stuff at various times. Like, you look at Mop. They did that in Mop, right? Like, Veil of Eternal Blossoms just annihilated. Like, a lot of stuff like that. And they've learned from that mistake, sorta. So they have, like, the ability to, like, rewind time in a lot of zones and stuff. But then that kind of undermines the whole premise of what they're doing. Like, either Undercity is destroyed and it means something, or it isn't destroyed and it's completely meaningless. And so you have this, like, total undermining of any attempt at a narrative where something happens. It's like a big deal, world-changing event, because you can just go, I'm going to roll back to where Undercity isn't nuked. It's like, oh, okay. Then I guess it wasn't nuked. So why did we bother with Battle for Azeroth in the first place? A question for the ages. You know, fill in time. That's why we battled for Azeroth. We were filling time. Yeah. Legion's a pretty great expansion. I do think the Legion remix in this upcoming patch is going to be pretty fun. The fact that they found a way to time gate it is, like, not super great. It's not inspiring a lot of confidence. Been trying to figure out the criticism that I have of that for, like, quite a long time, and I think I finally nailed it down somewhat recently. Oh, well, we did in conversation. It's Farmville. Like, a lot of the stuff that really stinks about WoW's design is very, like, Farmville mindset. You have to think back to when that kind of, like, Facebook game really ruled the internet. They may still, I don't know, I'm not on Facebook. But just, like, so many things where, like, you can plant 12 crops, or Or you like wait 2 days to plant more crops, or you could pay $2 to plant more crops. And it's like, well, they don't bother with the play $2 option because obviously like that would be the end of the game. But they do have this like, yeah, log in every 2 days to plant 2 more crops or to craft 2 more of this or whatever. Like that's a very mobile game design that I really don't care for. In like, I don't know.
That's why it's like farming.
Yeah, I mean, I remember people criticizing it. Sunset's doing it right now, criticizing the farm in Pandaria for that exact reason, and they were right to do so, and they had no idea of what a horrible portent of things to come that would be. Like, that thing was so tame by comparison with, like, the garrison and all the stupid mission tables, and then now the stupid crafting table that they got rid of the mission tables, but then crafts are just the mission table now. And so you just can't level professions unless you have like 6 months to or a year to fully min-max a profession. I think it takes over a year to fully min-max a profession in WoW, and there's no way to accelerate it at all. Ass. Yeah, that's the issue with the Legion remix is that yeah, it basically isn't coming out until it's done, which is in December. And yeah, that's not great. Until it's like fully no longer time gated. Okay, got it all. Next page. Yes, we get to defer twice. And I think I might just get to buy the div on this one. I'm going to defer. I do have another reroll. The div only costs 686. That's pretty cheap. What's it cost to defer it? 168. And what's it cost to reroll? 470. So 686 and 470 is like 1100. That would put me at like 1100. That would be enough to defer only the Sinistral annulment and nothing else, I think. So let's just defer everything to one more page. I think pack size is bad. The pack size omens I think are bad. All right. I'm just gonna defer that because maybe it's good. Oh, okay, we didn't get the fancy one anyway. All right, cool. Item rarity. Oh, all right. The div jumped to the next map. That's okay. All right, 1,000 tribute remaining. 4 for that bundle of sticks, and yeah, that's pretty good. Defer that exalt. For later. Okay, we're not done in this map. We gotta kill a boss who is over there. Okay.
The Junes remember the worthy. You are nothing.
All right, time to die, buddy. Yeah, that's true. Any Blizzard release is going to be accompanied by, like, just crippling amounts of lag. You're not wrong. Although, actually, if I remember correctly, I think this expansion release, the War Within, was actually, like, surprisingly smooth. Dragonflight was not. Dragonflight very much was not a smooth release. And Shadowlands is probably the worst expansion release we ever had. But the War Within was pretty solid. So you can hope. You can hope that the next one goes good. Oh, I don't want to do that map. What's a good map here? Let's just do this penitentiary, maybe. Can I reach the headland? Nope. All right. I'm just gonna do this wetlands map. here, or maybe the steps. That's a nice layout. Yeah, we'll do steps. And then I think we'll wrap up with this step map. The War Within's a fun expansion. I have some criticisms of it, but I do like the state of tanks. I think they're really fun to play right now. Like, the classes are fun. I think most of my criticisms of WoW go on, like, a systems design level, and I would almost point that, like, not even at the designers. I would point it at, like, their bosses, basically. Like, why is it that you're forcing me, or forcing is the wrong word, but why are you using this coercive design to try and make me log in every 2 days, or, you know, make me run, like, 16 dungeons a week instead of, like, 6? Lots of stuff that's motivated toward, like, maximizing daily active users that I don't really love in the current design of WoW. Basically, the criticism that kind of came to a head in BFA, and then also Shadowlands, of not really respecting players' time. But in terms of class design and game design, I think the game's in pretty good shape. Like, it's fun to play it. Yeah, the raid's cool. Looks very purple. I think the dungeon selection for Mythic Plus could be better. Bringing back Tazavesh of any flavor is always a mistake. I do not want to get chopped to death by one of these bird men. You know what? I hate to agree with you, but yeah, Dawnbreaker is worse than Tazavesh. Sunset agrees. Sunset agrees from the next room. Big time Dawnbreaker hater. We hate it for different reasons too. I dislike Dawnbreaker because it's buggy, horrible, unfinished dungeon. She dislikes Dawnbreaker because it does too much damage. And it's a real pain in the ass to heal. I can say that because...
What? While we're flying around the boat.
Yeah. She's ranting about how you take damage while you're flying around the boat and how it makes no sense. And she's not wrong. I can say, even though I only tank on a prop paladin a lot, and I help heal when I'm playing that, and it sucks to help heal also. It's so dumb. The first fight of that dungeon is, or first raid boss, You know what? Yeah, the first raid boss of Dawnbreaker is stupid. I don't know why that fight exists the way it does. It's dumb. What dropped? Divine? PJO? Nice. I love a perfect Jeweler's Orb. I love not dying. Holy moly. Okay. I got a little too close for comfort, you know? Yeah, that's what I get for having the streamer client active. I get to almost die. A good note to kind of end the night on. Always remember your omens of resurgence. These things are good to have in your bag. They will absolutely save your life if you're a little slow on the life flask. Because you changed mice yesterday and your fingers don't know where to go anymore. Yeah, I guess that's a lesson. Never get too attached into your gaming peripherals because they might...
Companies stop making them for the most loved mouse.
Yeah, it could be a mouse that you love. It could be a mouse that everyone loves, and then SteelSeries stops making it, and then that's just it. It's just over now.
There is no reason to stop making a mouse or a keyboard that people are just buying like crazy. Like, they're breaking and people are just buying a new one, and suddenly the manufacturer is like, we really need to design something new. No, actually you don't. You did it right this time. Just sell a bunch of those.
Yeah.
I mean, people will eat it up like slop. They keep breaking and they're rebuying them. I'm thinking of the G900 headset or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, people were just, it would break, it had push to talk buttons on it, it would break, people would buy more. The Logitech G502, I think they remade it. It is still an okay mouse, but it was like perfect the first time. They were like, now we have to remake this.
You know what? If we ever get any money from them, then I'll definitely change my tune. But until then, I can't say I'm a huge fan of Razer products. I bought a keyboard from them. The E key died within the first month of having it. Got a replacement. The replacement's E key died within the first month of having it. So, not a great experience. I would say if the E keys had not died, I would have been a big fan because it was a pretty nice keyboard. It's like a nice piece of technology that basically didn't work. Yeah, like looked good, good design, bad quality assurance. Yeah, well, that's the move. Definitely build your own keyboards if you can.
Yeah, but we're number pad users.
But you know what? The thing is, I like a lot of macro keys on the side, which is bad for like having a lot of options, and I also like having my 10 key pad, so that didn't really work well
I
either.
do a lot of number entry, so not having a and I don't want it to be separate.
I don't want to buy a separate 10 key, and I do want it to be part of my keyboard. I don't want to play without it, so, you know. As for, like, making currency in, like, that kind of red map range, I mean, I think essences are, like, a great way to go. Like, essences and ritual, that's kind of spoiler for our next video.
That's fine.
But, yeah, like, essences and ritual are a great way to go, because they're still useful even if you're not in your 15s. And they're not any harder than the monsters that you killed in the map, so I'm just going to clear the rest of this out here. And then you get a bunch of crafting materials. You can make your own gear. You can make gear and sell it. You know, like, lots of good approaches for getting more currency. And then also, sometimes you'll find yourself some nice divines or like a omen of whittling or whatever. All right, let's defer some items here, and then we'll be done for the night.
I'm actually a Steel Series enjoyer. I know I'm a little late on this combo, but yeah,
Same.
I'm a Steel Series enjoyer.
I'm wearing a SteelSeries headset. I just had to retire a SteelSeries mouse.
Yeah.
I gotta say, unpaid ad, the mouse that I am using right now that I've had for quite a while and have used off and on and ultimately kept crawling back to the SteelSeries, the Asus Spatha X. This is the nicest piece of technology I think I've ever bought that's like a peripheral. Man, this thing is really nice. Came with a bunch of like extra cables and switches and stuff.
It was designed by gamers.
Yeah, it genuinely
and the
was.
packaging, what they included, was designed by gamers.
Yeah, like...
I have a feeling the people who made it actually play games.
Yeah.
Which is not something you can say for most things.
True.
that you buy. Especially keyboards.
Yeah, so I'm really impressed by this Asus mouse, I have to say. Very, very big fan of... Okay, 20 tribute for a Divine Orb, I'll take that.
Oh, my keyboard is ancient. My keyboard is a metal switch keyboard from the 90s. Not kidding.
Yeah, her keyboard is
it's
very old.
And it's fast as hell.
Yeah, it is a nice keyboard. It's very clicky.
Fast. Yeah. Oh, and it uses PS2, which is faster than USB.
Yep. Very nice old keyboard. Good morning, Ole. Unfortunately, you're tuning in right at the time that we're about to call it a night.
Yep.
Yeah, HyperX is good. SteelSeries is obviously solid. Yeah.
Hi, Seraph. The deal is made.
My aunt used a Logitech ergonomic mouse.
Oh, yeah.
That thing always made my hand feel weird. I feel like ergonomic stuff is like, okay, so I'm
Voodoo,
not saying
BS.
That, yes. yes, there are going to be people that those things are more comfortable for. But saying that they are an ergonomic standard, no. That just sounds like just made up stuff. Fake news or whatever.
Yeah, something like
But
that.
yeah. But yes, I understand that some mice and keyboards are beneficial to certain people. My aunt had a wrist injury, so she had an ergonomic mouse that was really suited to her and she really liked. She also
Yeah.
used a trackball mouse for a long time. That thing drove me nuts. I hated it, but she loved it. So,
Yeah. Trackball mice. God, I haven't used one of those in ages.
well, Olay, I mean, we're ending stream, yes, but this is not the end of the night for us. We still have a bunch of work to do.
Yeah, I got some work to do.
I already have pain. I don't. We're
Yeah,
not young.
true.
We're not young.
No.
I thankfully don't have carpal tunnel, but I do have two discs in my back that have a problem, and that's from working at a bookstore. Fun times.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I think that'll do it for us for tonight. Thank you to everybody for tuning in and hanging out. Thank you to Pablo for the sub. Thank you to everybody who followed.
Yes, thank you guys so much for supporting our channel and supporting our streams and just being cool people watching our videos. That's also helpful.
Yes.
Can't sub or donate or whatever, don't worry about it. We are happy to just have your eyes watching our videos.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hey, you know, we love doing it. We love putting together videos, and, like, it's been really cool, like, putting together this great community. You know, having people join the Discord has been awesome. Seeing whatever we're at. I know we crested 1,337 people in the Discord earlier today, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, we sure did. We're at like 1340 something now, which is just very humbling, everyone.
Yeah.
We had no idea that many people wanted to like hang out and chat about our videos and stuff. It's mind-blowing, really.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. Thank you very much for the subscription, Aaron.
Oh, last minute sub.
That's
Thank you.
right. Yeah. Thank you. Everybody have a good night. We're having a good night. And we hope you do too. Or morning or daytime or afternoon or whatever time of day it is where you are. All right. Goodbye, everybody.